My name is Laurie Linehop, and I'm a dietetic graduate student at Eastern Illinois University. The title of today's presentation is Cooking for Your Colon, which means I'll be discussing foods that help prevent diverticular disease. Many people have small pouches in the lining of their large intestine, which is also called your colon. These pouches bulge outward through weak points in the intestinal wall. As you can see here on this model, this is your colon, and these are the pouches. Each pouch is called a diverticula, and people with this condition are said to have diverticulosis. This condition becomes more common as people age. In fact, about 1/2 of all individuals over the age of 60 have diverticulosis. Now you may be wondering what causes the intestinal wall to bulge. When pressure builds up in the colon wall, they pouch out and call diverticula. Diverticula form when pressure builds up in the colon wall, usually from constipation. Low-fiber diets contribute to constipation, which then leads to diverticular disease. This condition was first noticed in the United States in the early 1900s, around the time when processed foods were introduced. The consumption of processed foods has greatly reduced the Americans' fiber intake, and this condition is more common in industrialized countries where low-fiber diets are consumed. So for these reasons, I'm going to be sharing with you an easy and delicious fiber-rich breakfast item that can also be eaten as a snack. My recipe for baked oatmeal puts a new twist on your grandmother's traditional porridge. It also makes a great make-ahead item because you can bake it and slice it up and put it in plastic bags so you can grab them on your way to work in the morning or pack it in your bag for an afternoon snack. So to start out, we're going to take 2 cups of rolled oats and put them in our bowl. And oats are a great food to buy because not only are they cheap, they're also healthy because they're a whole grain. That means they contain fiber, which is going to help prevent intestinal pouches and is going to keep us fuller longer. The American Dietetic Association recommends we consume between 20 and 35 grams of fiber each day, and these oats are going to help us accomplish our goal. So also, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar, 1½ teaspoons of baking soda, which is just going to add some leavening to our dish so it'll be more like a cake, and also 1 teaspoon of salt. So we're just going to break up our brown sugar and mix it together. Now onto our wet ingredients. In our second bowl, we're going to add 1 cup of skim milk and ½ cup of egg substitute. If you don't have egg substitute, feel free to use 2 egg whites. It'll do just the same, and that's also going to add some volume to our product. And we have 2 tablespoons of canola oil, which is a healthy fat because it contains omega-3 fatty acids. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So just give that a stir. And as you can see, I've kept my dry ingredients separate from my wet ingredients because I wanted to make sure they are both really well mixed before I combine them together. But now it's time for everybody to join the party, so just going to pour our wet into our dry bowl and stir to combine. So as I stated earlier, eating fiber is going to help prevent the formation of intestinal pouches. But if you already have diverticulosis, eating fiber is going to prevent the formation of more pouches, and it can help eliminate some of the symptoms. You can find fiber in whole grains like these oats, and also in fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds. Some doctors may caution against eating nuts and seeds because the particles can get caught in the intestinal pouches and increase inflammation. So make sure you talk to your doctor and a registered dietitian to get diet recommendations specifically for you. So now that our oats have absorbed some of our liquid, I'm going to add ½ cup of dried cranberries. And these are going to add a burst of color and sweetness to our dish. But you could add any dried fruit that you'd like dried cranberries, blueberries, cherries, raisins, anything would be great. You can really customize the dish to your liking. And any of the dried fruits are going to add some extra fiber to our dish, which is what we want. So now it's ready to go into our baking dish that I've already coated with a nonstick cooking spray. And you just want to pour it in and level it all out. Gotta make it look pretty. And now this goes into an oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes, or until a knife inserted in the middle comes out clean. And when it comes out, it's going to look like this. Doesn't that look great? And while it's still warm, you just want to sprinkle it with some cinnamon. And you can slice it and put it into Ziploc bags for later. Or if you have some guests coming over and you want to serve it, you just take a slice, put it on a plate with some sliced fruit. I have apples here and some great yogurt. And that would make a great brunch item. So there you have it, my easy and colon-friendly recipe for baked oatmeal. Remember to get your 20 to 35 grams of fiber in each day and to get your colonoscopy screening after you turn 50. If you have any questions or want more information on diverticulosis, I recommend you go to the American Gastroenterology Organization's website at www.gastro.org. Thank you.